All right, we want to find the x values that make this thing greater than 0, or in other words, where is f of x positive? Where is my function positive? So first thing we want to do is sketch a quick graph. And just based on knowing, we can look at this number in front and know that this is going to be an upward opening parabola because this number in front is positive. And the second thing we want to look at are the roots. The roots are where it crosses over that x-axis and goes from negative to positive. So if we sketch a quick graph, it gives us a good idea of what this thing's going to look like. And I need to factor or use quadratic formula in order to find those roots. So this one looks like it's going to be factorable. There is no greatest common factor. So what I need to do is break it up into two binomials. X times x is going to give me my first term, so that'll go in that first slot. And then I need to look at what are the multiples of 16. So I know 1 and 16, but that doesn't give me a difference of 6. 2 and 8, that does give me a difference of 6, so that's the combination I'm going to use. And I just need to figure out the signs. So 2 and 8 are going to slot into these last spots. I need 1 to be positive and 1 to be negative because ultimately it multiplies to a negative. And if I end up, when I add them together, I end up with a -6. That means that my bigger number better be negative. So there's the factored form. Find the roots. We split these up into two equations. So x plus 2 is equal to 0, or x minus 8 is equal to 0. Solve for x, and that'll give you the roots. So one root is at -2. And we can go right over here. 1, 2. There's one of my roots. My other root is going to be at 8. So we'll plot that. And actually for this, because we know it opens upward, the vertex is going to be somewhere down here. And our parabola is going to kind of look like this. Pass through the root and go upward. Pass through the root and go upward. So we can now kind of look at this graph and get a good visual of what's going on with it. So my positive values are going to be this part of the graph here, this part of the graph here. And remember, if I plug in, I'm looking at the roots in order to figure out what numbers I would plug in order to get these positive values. So this root was at -2. If I plug in any x's that are less than -2, it's going to give me this portion of the graph, which is positive. And then the other one is 8. This is a root of 8. So if I plug in anything bigger than 8, I'll get this upper portion of this graph, or in other words, where this quadratic is positive. So anything bigger than 8 will also give me what I need. So these two answers will give me all the x values where my function is positive.